Hey guys, this is Shinchitoa21. First off, I want to apologize for the blitz of failed Tekkit series. I'm gonna try again at a later date for that. But for now, I'm gonna try again with a game that is very much near and dear to my heart. System Shock 2. A classic game, very much a kindred spirit to the Bioshock and Deus Ex, or however you pronounce it, franchises. System Shock 1, I've never had a chance to play it, but I've watched videos for it, and as much as I greatly enjoyed watching the story, I will say this much. The GUI, the interface could have used some work. But that's neither here nor there. So, I'm going to play System Shock 2. I may or may not upload this depending on audio quality. If it's uploaded, that means the audio did not distort. Because last couple of times I've tried to upload this, for whatever reason, my audio crapped out. So, fingers crossed. Let's go. Crossover, because I'm on Linux, that's a wine thing that they use for the quote-unquote port. Not much of a port, really. This is a very old game, by the way. I think it came out in like 2000, 1999, somewhere around there. Now, before I do anything, okay, actually, you know what? First things first. Done. Since I don't have a game ready, and on top of that, that defeat the purpose of this, I'm not going to load, obviously. Now, let's go ahead and start out on normal. I'm not going to edit out my deaths.
You hacker, a pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine? In 2072, a rogue artificial intelligence known as Shodan lost her mind. In her limitless imagination, Shodan saw herself as a goddess, destined to inherit the earth. That image was snuffed out by the hacker who created her.
Yeah, the first game takes place in
February
the
3rd,
hacker's
the day the
eyes.
magic happens. The Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the UNN Protectorate, and the incredible scientific minds of the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation.
Tri-Optimum was the company that went under because of the
Showdown
Showdown fiasco.
in a period of weeks. It's all part of
Showdown was originally one of theirs
Von
before the
Braun
hacker
is
got
packed
to
with
it.
over 1.8 billion flights, scientific and security systems, nearly all developed by Tri-Optimum and wholly owned subsidiaries. Providing security for the Von Braun as she plows through the heavens will be the UNN Rickenbacker, and her helm will be no less than Captain William Bedford Diego himself, hero of the Battle of Boston Harbor during the Eastern States Police action. This incredible union of government and corporation is made possible by an intricate series of docking mechanisms that will allow the Rickenbacker to piggyback its way into jump space. Sleek, fast, revolutionary. Who knows what wonders await our crews in the bosom of the cosmos? All we do know is that it's a great day for mankind.
Just watch. Something hijacked the ship, for those of you who couldn't make out what was being said. Now, time for the character creation. I've always liked what they did for the character
Welcome
creation.
to the Ramsey Center UNN recruitment facility. Please watch your step when leaving the train. The grav shafts at the end of the hall will take you to the street-level training and recruitment center. Please proceed to the grav shafts. Step into the grav shafts to proceed to the street-level recruitment. Before you choose your career, you'll want to learn some basic abilities. First, you should go into the basic training center. When you're done with basic training, proceed to the advanced training area.
Okay, you know what? Really, I've done all this, but just make sure I still have it memorized properly.
Welcome, trainee. While you're in our virtual training courses, we provide you with a simulated cyber interface. This training interface is identical to an actual military-grade cyber interface. Now, let's try it out. Move the mouse. See how it changes where you look? That means you're in shoot mode. Hit the tab key. This puts you in use mode, where you can use your mouse to interact with items in the world. Open your primary MFD, or multifunction display, by clicking on the MFD button near the bottom of the screen. This display shows your strengths in various areas. When you're ready to continue, press the tab key to go back to shoot mode.
Hang on a minute, something's not quite right. Oh, I see what they did.
Try changing between modes until you get the hang of it. Follow the red path along the ground to the next training station. To pick up items, center them on your screen and right-click. This will automatically place that item into your inventory. To view your inventory, press the tab key. You can move items around your inventory by left-clicking and dragging them around. To use items like buttons in computers, center them in your view and click the right mouse button. All usable items will have brackets around them. Highlight the button on the pillar and right-click. This will activate the lift. The object before you is a med-hypo. Pick it up and then press tab to go into use mode. Right-clicking on the med-hypo will use it and restore some needed hit points. Your hit points are displayed by a bar in the lower left corner of your screen. Many objects in your inventory can be used by right-clicking on them. See the crate in front of you? To search it, center it on your screen and right-click. If you are in use mode, simply move the pointer to the crate and right-click. To take an item from that container, simply left-click on it. This will automatically place that item in your inventory. To close the container window and return to shoot mode, press the tab key.
Pretty straightforward,
One
right?
of the most important tools you have as a soldier is your PDA. This device stores audio logs, emails, and other useful information. Click on the disk icon near the bottom of your screen to bring up the PDA display. Currently, the contents of your PDA are empty. Now, pick up the audio log in front of you. This message is coming from the audio log you just picked up. You can use your PDA at any time to play any audio log or email you've received. In the field, the PDA is also used for keeping track of your current mission objectives and obtaining help information. Now it's time to learn about jumping and mantling. To jump, simply press the space bar. Some surfaces can be mantled onto by holding down the space bar. Mantling lets you pull yourself up to ledges and other high places in front of you. Give it a try. To climb a ladder, simply walk into it and look upward. You'll automatically start climbing the ladder.
I'm so used to D. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that. Oops. Hit escape. Options. Find D. Whoops.
You've done well. Remember, if you're unclear on any aspect of what you've just learned, you can repeat the training as often as you wish. If you've completed basic training, you're ready for the advanced lessons provided here. Advanced training will familiarize you with the 3 key areas of military service: weapons training, technical training, and psionics training. Approach the cyberlink booth of your choice to train in that area.
Now I'm gonna go outside.
Inside, you will learn how to reach out with your mind. Do not let fear block your path. We've provided you with the red bar at the lower left of your screen tells you how many psi points you have. Psi points symbolize the current ability to use your psi powers. Psi hypos replenish your psi points. Try using a psi hypo and watch your psi points increase. When you've reached your maximum in psi points, move to the next station. This psi amp amplifies your psi powers and lets you project them into the real world. To equip it, pick it up, and then hit the tilde key. Firing the psi amp activates your currently selected psi discipline. You currently have access to 2 disciplines: cryokinesis and kinetic redirection. Go into use mode and click on the arrows on the bottom right of the screen. This will cycle through your available psi disciplines. Later, clicking on the arrows above the number to the left will allow you to select psi disciplines from higher tiers. Use cryokinesis to destroy the robot and kinetic redirection to pull that nanite container towards you. Be careful. Holding down the mouse button can augment the power, but holding it down for too long will cause burnout, which will damage you. If you run out of psi points, use another psi hypo. Mastery of the mind is a slow but rewarding process. Return to this area if you need more guidance.
Inside, we'll teach you the basics.
Yeah, I know the.
Welcome. You'll notice when you're in the cyberlink booth, we'll provide you with a temporary cyber interface and the skills. The object in front of you is a container of nanites. Nanites are consumed whenever you perform technical tasks, such as hacking or repairing. When you pick up the container of nanites, they do not go in your general inventory, but are instead displayed in use mode on the bottom left of your screen. Walk over to the keypad by the door and try out hacking. Use the keypad by right-clicking on it. To the right of the number pad, you'll see an orange tab labeled Hack. Left-click on the tab. text will appear indicating the difficulty of the hack and any bonuses that apply. Click on the Start button to begin hacking. You'll see a grid of nodes. Clicking on the node will either turn it bright or dark. To successfully hack, you must connect 3 bright nodes in a straight line. Beware of the ice nodes with the red outlines. If one of these turns dark, you fail the hack, and you might break the item you're working on or worse. You can restart your hack attempt at any time by hitting the reset. You can use nanites to buy items from replicators. To use a replicator, right-click on it. Then left-click on the item you wish to purchase.
Please
The
make
item
your
you purchase will
selection.
drop into the slot below. Make sure you pick up your purchases before you leave.
With choosing value wrap.
Just so y'all see how that
You learn
works.
the basics of the technical skills. There are several other technical skills you'll learn throughout the course of your career, such as repairing items and modifying weapons. The cyber interfaces for these tasks are similar to the hacking interface. Before you enlist in the Navy, try out the other training courses. They'll be useful.
Which is why I'm so
All right,
damn good.
wannabe. Good to have you on. Now we'll teach you how to handle a firearm. Pick up the pistol and the clip from the table. You can equip the weapon in one of 2 ways. Bring up your inventory and drag the pistol to your weapons equipped slot near the right-hand side of your inventory. If that's too slow for you, you can use the hotkeys on the keyboard. Press 2. If the pistol was in your inventory, it will equip for you automatically. To lock and load the ammo clip, hit the R key or hit the reload button on the lower right corner of your screen. Once you've loaded the firearm, take a shot at the dummy robot by pressing your left mouse button when in shoot mode. Notice how its health bar gets shorter as you chip away at it.
Now, as you can see, headshots do count in this game. Just as to illustrate.
Some items need to be charged with energy before they can be used. Pick up the laser pistol. Now use the recharging station nearby. The recharge station will juice up all of your energy-based items. Weapons, batteries, you name it. Weapons are not fine wines. They do not get better with age. The colored dot on the lower right corner of the screen tells you what kind of shape your firearm is in. Green is good, red is bad. To fight the effects of wear and tear, a soldier with maintenance skill can use a maintenance tool to improve the condition of his weapon. Just pick up the tool, open your inventory, and drag the tool onto your pistol. Remember that maintenance tools are only good for a single use. Good work. Now you're ready for the Marines. Take a look at the other training areas first before you enlist. They might just come in handy.
Here's where you make your choice, soldier. Here's where you enlist in one of the 3 branches of the military. Once you decide on your branch of service, there's no going back. A shuttle will take you to a UNN orbital space station, where you'll receive a briefing regarding your yearly postings. Good luck.
Now, here I normally go with the OSA because it fits my playstyle best. But I've tried the others, and I've gotten more or less used to working with all 3. But I'm still more partial to the OSA. You'll see why as this series progresses. Now at this point, I'm just picking out my skill set.
The OSA welcomes you to Orbital Station Chunlo. Ready yourself to feel the limitations of your mind slipping away. We will guide your path over the next 4 years. The shuttle bays at the center of the station will ferry you to your next stage of growth. When you've chosen, head into the appropriate shuttle bay. Get ready to learn things you've never imagined.
Sensory deprivation.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Runang await you. A year in meditation on the nature of matter will grant you power over it.
Cryokinesis and kinetic redirection.
The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Chulun are modulated for your training. You shall spend a year in contemplation of mass, both yours and that of objects, until you can bend them to your intentions. The sensory deprivation tanks aboard the TOS Shaoling await you. There you will spend a solitary year focused in a meditation on motion and sound, and how they may serve your will.
Now this looks like it can come in handy. You don't actually go through the missions. This is just character creation. Hang on. Bad time and I'm still recording. Bad time and I'm still recording. Okay, sorry about that. My mother came home from grocery shopping. So, this year in the tanks of the Shaolin is finished. My willpower has grown. I can now freeze people and attune my mind into the inner workings of machines. Second tier disciplines are within my grasp. I have mastered cryokinesis and psychogenic cyber affinity. Now then, on to the next.
Dr. Chandris Phalan's research labs have produced many of this decade's advances in psionic technique. You shall spend a year serving his genius, learning to understand his insights and whims. Sifting the thoughts of treachery and disloyalty from the morass of emotion and internal conflict that fill most mundanes can be disquieting. You shall spend a year building the general strength of your mind, while learning how to probe the thoughts of the less capable without losing yourself. Dr. Chandris, your body has been neglected in your training of your mind. On Io, you will find soldiers who wish to test their endurance. You will surpass their physical prowess without compromising your mental discipline.
+2 endurance. That sounds about right for what I'm looking for. +2 endurance. That's really all that you need to know.
Many threats to security can only be defeated from inside. Your mind shall be carefully blanked. and conditioned with the nature and past of a criminal. Join with the criminal and rebellious, endure their squalor and chaos, and then, when it is time, liquidate them from within. In the grand scheme, individuals are no more important than pieces on a game board. Acts of political terrorism and corporate coercion disturb corporate and political stability. You shall spend a year battling these chaotic elements, both psionically and by physical force. In the grand scheme, many threats to
time for
security
some
can
remote
only be
electron
defeated from
tampering.
inside.
Might help overcome my lack of affinity for tech. If I'm reading it correctly. If not, oh well. Mastered remote electron tampering and +1 cybernetic affinity. Transmission subcipher protocol Tango. Order reassignment from Captain William Bedford Diego to me. Assignment to the Braun escort mission. Soldier. Your application to join the crew of the Breckenbecker has been approved. Report to Shuttle Mayfair, Port Francesco at 0400 on such date. Get ready to become part of history, soldier.
Shuttle A138, you have clearance for landing on the Braun in Shuttle Bay 2. Welcome aboard, soldier.
And I'm on board. 5 months later, 67 trillion miles from Earth. In other words, a couple of light years. Oh, what the fuck's going on here? What the hell is that? Is that a worm? Well, I think I'm starting to come to. Oh, she's running from... Whoa, what the hell? That looks eerily like the hackers. Memory restoration. Crap, there's an error in my memory restoration. That can't be good.
Steady yourself, soldier. This is Dr. Janice Polito of the computer ops staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface. It just might save your life. You must find an elevator and come up to Deck 4 to meet me. Deck 4. Can you remember that? But keep your eyes open. They're after us both now.
Now, I didn't want to cut it short here, but I ain't got a choice because Mom's here. So, I'm going to sign off. Save. Quit the main menu. Quit. And with that, this has been another episode. Stay crazy, penguins. And you can easily see my Steam username. By all means, shoot me a friend request. Yes, maybe we can game together. So, signing off. Until next time.